Guys, coming back with another update. Just got a few nice things in. I got a SGC return from Mike and a few more pieces from the, as I like to call, the Teaford collection for Hank Greenberg that he's selling right now. Um, really nice stuff, Sean. I appreciate the deals on those. Really great stuff. Um, but a little something different for me. Many of you all probably don't know, I am a history buff, especially the American Revolution and a bit of the Civil War. But I'm a big George Washington fan and like to read about him and the Revolution. And I bought a bunch of cards years ago. And I've noticed non sports is kind of getting hot again. And I just dug these out of my collection and sent them to SGC and got them slabbed up. Thank you, Michael. And so I'll show some things. So we'll start out here with one of my bench pickups. This is a 1971 Topps Tattoos. They came in big sheets, little booklets that folded out into big sheets. These are hard to find in really nice shape. I found one on eBay, carefully removed the bench piece and sent it in, and it actually got an 8, which is really good for these. So I was very happy with that. I found a Barney Pelty I didn't have. This is a gold edition from the Jewish Major Leaguer set. These only made 500 of these, but they are very highly collected and they're hard to find. I haven't. This is the first Pelty I've seen in years, to be honest. And some real nice shapes. I might send that off too. I got another white whale from 2006 Triple Threads. This is back when white whales were white whales because they were different variations. They weren't just numbered 1 of 1. They were actually different. Like that says RBI. I have to go back and see which one is original, but they had different layouts for the cards, and they finally picked one for each card they made, but there's a lot of extras that they didn't use, and they made those into white whales. But after 2006, they were just part of the, it's the same card, just a number 1 of 1 version. So 2006 is the true white whale year for Topps. But very nice. No autographs, but it's nice. You got Bench and Maurer on there. And I'm going to throw off a few of these Washington cards real quick. I've had these for years. This is the 1932 U.S. Caramel in a 2. Very popular set, especially with the baseball, of course, but the presidents are very popular too. This is a 1911 Just Suits historical events cards. They got some really interesting. It's a very nice set. I would consider almost going for it just because it's got so many interesting cards in it. I had the Washingtons. This is him saying goodbye to his generals after the war. I believe that was in Fonz's Tavern in Charleston, South Carolina. And this is the version of him at Valley Forge. Very cool artwork. I love the artwork on these old cards. This is a 1924 Ogden Cigarettes, Leaders of Men, in a 5. Sorry for all the glare, guys. I don't have the technique to avoid that. And then I'm sorry, I missed this one. 1927 Carreras, Famous Men, in a 5. Nice grades for those years. And then a silk from 1910 to 1919 from Mogul Cigarettes. A little silk strip, kind of like what I'm going to show you here. Now moving over to the Pelty I got. I've done some research. I bought a lot of these silk cards I mentioned in my last video. When I got the Pelty, I'm sending off to Michael to get slabbed. I got back this 2 in this order And when I was selling the extra cards in that lot I had mentioned, I started to learn more about these. Like, these don't have the backing like the Turkey Red had on the last video I showed you. But you probably can't see it too well in this video on my phone, but when I got this back, I noticed this is the red tint version and this is the brown tint version. And I wouldn't have noticed it until I actually got them next to each other. So I thought I was just getting an extra one slabbed up, and actually it's a variation I need. And this one doesn't have the backing, but I've got the Turkey Red off with Mike, or sending it into Mike right now. So when I get that back, I'll probably let this one go. But and I won't go through all the variations and stuff, but it is very cool that they make those. So love that. And then I'm going over here to the Teaford collection. Sean is selling his Hank Greenberg and some other card collections too. And he's been letting us buy some of them before they went to the auction house. This is a Diamond Dust card from probably the late 30s, early. It's got Greenberg. It's a cartoon version on this one, along with some other Hall of Famers and players. You punch these out, and if you got the winning ticket, you'd win $1. They were like a nickel for each punch. And these were popular at bars and stuff like that. There are some card has a rare version where they actually have these little fold up papers that are rolled up and they're put in here that actually are the players, and they are mega rare. There's probably nobody knows for sure. There's probably like one card that they made that actually had it in them, but no, there's a few people that say they know, but no, most people don't. So the cards, there's only like 2 or 3 of each player that's ever been found. Greenberg is one of them, but I've got 3 different boards now with him mentioned on the board. And go over here. It's nice early Hank signature, probably from 33 or 34. His rookie year, or definitely by his second year, along with some other players. I bought this newspaper, or not, it's from like a sporting news or something, a picture of Hank. It looks like from 1933. The article talks about him playing first base last season, so this article was from 34. I thought I might try to figure a way to make a little, put that on the front and make a little display and get it slabbed. Let's see how that turns out. And I also got from Sean this cool ticket. I've seen this many a time. This is a 1933 Yankees versus Tigers, May 17th, 1933. This is Hank's first year, rookie year. It's his 7th career start in his first game at Yankee Stadium in a 6. Very nice grade too. Just knowing, Hank's career and his read his books and such. He's from New York and he went to Detroit to play, but I can only imagine the excitement. He probably had all his family there, his parents, brothers, sister. I mean, everybody was probably there to see him, and probably very excited that he became a ball player at that point. And just a really neat memento from his first visit to New York as a professional ball player. So very cool piece there. And this is from Allen and Ginter. This is a 1 of 1 from last year. I'm not for sure if this is the silver or the glossy. I have to take it out. It didn't look too glossy, so I think this is a silver 1 of 1. So thank you for that, Sean. A couple more pieces from the Teaford collection. This is a Bray Mack card. These were issued in the 70s. And Hank's got a couple different ones. I've got one signed. And I didn't even know Sean had this till I started looking through his collection. And he offered to sell this to me. It's signed by him and Greenberg and Babe Herman. And that's a Bray Mack that I've never seen before. So glad to get that into the collection. This is a really special piece here. This is a George Burke post or picture used by George Burke after Charles Conlon was probably the most famous, photographer after the Conlon did his job in the 20s, teens, 20s, maybe in the 30s. Burke was probably in the 40s or 30s and 40s and 50s, and players would buy his pictures that he took and usually use them for like fan mail and such. By the patch on the sleeve, you can tell this photo was taken in 1939, centennial for baseball. Beautiful, clean image. And Hank on this one put to Bill, best regards from Hank Greenberg. The signature looks to be like probably, I don't know, I have to look, but I think in late 40s, early 50s. So I'm sure he bought a bunch of these from George Burke and just had a stack of them. And as people requested autographs and such, he would grab one and just fill it out and put it in an envelope. Which has got all the headings and such that Burke used. It's got the stamp from his Chicago, if I can get it focused. There we go, Belmont Avenue, Chicago. Very nice. Thank you, Sean, for letting me get in on that. So that's part of the Teaford collection that I've got. If you are looking for some nice Hank stuff, there's a lot on eBay right now that Sean is having auctioned off. And it's really cool stuff. Thanks again, Sean, buddy. And the last thing I'm going to show is I just picked this up. This is a 1910 Sweet Caporal, I think it's a Sweet Cap, Barney Pelty, T206. I've got a 4, but this is a nice 5.5. For these type of things, there's not many higher. This one is there's only like maybe less than 10 that are graded higher. So when I got the opportunity to buy this one, I thought I better grab it because it's just a really nice shape. Love it, love it, love it. All right, that is everything. Again, thanks to Sean for the wonderful part of the collection he sold to me. Thanks to Mike O for the wonderful return on my SGC order. I hope everybody's doing well, and Lord willing, we'll do it again. Thank you.